And some coffee. Everything is backwards in England.
Moving on to the next bout of the evening. Your first wrestler stepping onto the bout. He's 67.5, 25, stands 5'6". He trains out of Champions MMA. She is a BJJ purple belt, a freestyle wrestler, and 4 times state champion, representing USA, Briana Kellin. Stepping onto the mat, weighed in at 68. She's 26, stands 5'5". She competes at a Bolton Olympic Wrestling Academy and is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt and a professional MMA athlete, representing England, Megan Morris. And your winner, representing USA, Briana Kellin. Please show your appreciation for Megan Morris.
Here we are with Briana Kellin, the 68-kilogram catch wrestling world champion, who just defeated Megan Morris in her bout all the way over here in Wigan, England. How did the bout go?
Honestly, it was a lot of lead up to the competition, and like I've never had this experience before. As far as like I've never traveled out of the country. I've never competed internationally, so this was a great experience overall. I got to come out to a song and do a whole walkout like a fight. So they really take it seriously for their athletes here, and it's a very prestigious tournament. So I'm really happy I got to come out. The match was awesome. I pinned my girl in I think 50 or 58 seconds, so under a minute. But it was great. I focused this my training camp on just being the wrestler that I am, and I'm very defensive as a wrestler, but I like to get people out of position. So when they shoot on me, I always plan to have a good sprawl and defense, and that helped me ultimately get to take the back and get the pin. So I'm really happy, and yeah, go USA Luta Livre.
So you pinned her in under a minute. What was your strategy going in against her? She was the 2019 IMAF world champion MMA fighter. So what was your strategy going against her?
Honestly, I was wrestling up a weight class, wrestling up a few weight classes, 2 weight classes, and I knew that she was going to be a lot stronger than I am, because that's not my normal weight. But I knew that if I just was very technical and finesse, I could win the match. Ultimately, my goal was just to play my role as a wrestler, and I'm very defensive as a wrestler, and so I like to capitalize on people's mistakes. So when she shot in on me, I was able to sprawl, get my hips back, get behind, and then work for my pin. So I went in, I was trying to get a butcher. It's a wrestling move to where I can turn her to get around to the back, and that wasn't working because she's stronger. So what I ended up doing is I hooked the leg, and then I grabbed the wrist with my other hand, and then as soon as her arm flipped open, I was able to get my half in and run her to her back. So that was my strategy coming in, and it worked, so I'm really happy.
So the rule set was a little bit different. You can catch somebody, meaning in a submission, or you can pin them. How was that going into it?
So honestly, I think that this rule set definitely favors me because growing up, I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu my whole life. I'm a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm a black belt in Luta Livre. And Luta Livre is another thing that favors Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling. I have a wrestling background. I wrestled for 10 years. I wrestled 4 years in high school, 5 in college, and so just mixing Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling together. This rule set specifically definitely favored me because I can pin somebody or I could get them in a submission. But like for example, if I'm in somebody, like if I went to pull guard and went for an armbar but was like off on my side, it's not very smart because the pin outweighs the submission. So it's really not smart for you to go to your back in this tournament. But my game plan was just to go in for a pin. Even though I have high level jiu-jitsu background, I knew that my wrestling was gonna overcome to get this win.
All right, so you're a wrestling coach back in Florida, and would you recommend this to your wrestlers or students?
Yeah, honestly, for wrestlers, I would definitely recommend this tournament because it's more wrestling based, it's catch wrestling. So if you catch a submission, it's there. But honestly, if you're a dominant wrestler, I definitely think that like my athletes would do good at this tournament, maybe place, or maybe even win. But I definitely recommend this for my wrestling athletes in high school, and if they're in college too, it's a great tournament to come out to. So if they're looking to compete internationally, this is definitely the one.
So Bri, this is your first world championship win. You've won 4-time state, you won nationals, you've won national team member in college, you've won pretty much everything else. What does it feel to finally win a world title?
It feels really good. It feels amazing, honestly. I don't think it has sunk in yet, but I'm really excited. Honestly, like I've trained my whole life for pretty much this moment, so it's really nice to finally be able to, take home the gold today and be able to call myself a world champion.